friends. It's me, Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother. Thank you all so much for being here. It is Saturday at noon 30 Eastern Time, and it's time for the Saturday Psychic Sampler. And we are starting the Saturday Psychic Sampler with a couple of wonderful things. A super chat from our member, Laura T. Thank you so much for that. And I have to get some new, I'm looking for new sound effects. I want a drum roll. I think that would be good because, drum roll please, we have a new member, Jackie G. Masters. Thank you so much for becoming a member of our channel at the stars level. We really appreciate that. For those of you who don't know, those are really the two ways to monetarily support this channel. You can become a member at one of three levels, aces, stars, or suns, and that's monthly support. And of course, you can cancel anytime. I will still love you no matter what, but that's a commitment to monthly support, and it gets you some perks. You can also do as Laura T. did and give a super chat or super sticker right during the broadcast. And oh my goodness, we just got one from Claire C. Claire C. is a member and has just given us a super chat. Thank you so much, Claire. We really appreciate that. And that's how we keep stuff going. You've noticed I've resisted putting ads on this channel. And I really don't have to because you folks are so generous. Now, if you cannot support with money, that's okay. We still appreciate your presence is supportive. If you like this video, that's great support. And of course, if you subscribe, which you can do for free. So wherever you're at in life, support in whatever way you can. I really appreciate all of you, and I am so grateful to you for being part of this community. So for those of you who were at class earlier this morning, we had a fun class, didn't we? I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. There was a class on the aces and tens, and oh my goodness, a super chat from Iva Morris, who is also a member of this channel. Thank you so much for that. Really, really, really most appreciated. So, if you missed the class, you can find it in the playlist Live Tarot Webinars. We will have a meetup, a tarot meetup. It's free for everybody. This Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on this channel. The link for that is up. I will be going to the Tampa Bay area Thursday through Sunday. That means two things. That means that if you're in the Tampa Bay area and you'd like a house call or you'd like to see me at my Airbnb in Wesley Chapel, we can make that happen. It also means that my regular schedule of live readings won't be happening next week, but I'll try to pop in when I can. So, Saturday Psychic Sampler. This is my favorite one. This is where we squeeze the juice and spill the tea. I want your very specific, very juicy question, and I will answer it as specifically as I can. I will take the questions in the order that I see them. So let's start. And again, much appreciation to all our members. You can tell who a member is because their names are in green and they have a sun after them. The color of the sun denotes how long they have been a member. And we appreciate all the super chats and super stickers as well. And we appreciate everyone simply for being here. All right. First question I see is from my good friend, Moonlight Tarot. What is my ex feeling for me now after we've reconciled? And the answer is he's excited about the reconciliation. And he is hoping... He's hoping you will act in such a way that things can continue. Now, his mother is still very much an issue here. And I have a lot of questions about whether you can act the way he wants you to act, because that's really what it's all about. It's all about what he wants. And that's what you're going to have to remember if you really want this to work. Okay. Robin Renee, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member of this channel. And it was Robin Renee who actually gave me the nickname of Tarot Fairy Godmother. So we all appreciate that. Can you describe the new spiritual, loving, and intelligent man I'm going to meet soon? Yes, indeed. Let's take a look and see what we see. Okay, I think you will meet him very much by chance. I think he's going to be creative. He may be one who has been married and divorced, but there's not going to be too much weird drama there. He's going to be smart and logical. He's going to like to travel. He'll be respected in his community and may serve on like a board of directors or, some nonprofit or something like that. He may serve on some board. He's a good speaker, maybe a good writer as well, probably multiple income sources. Sounds like a winner to me. All right. Okay, and once again, Jackie Masters, thank you so much for joining. Melanie, glad you were at class this morning. Is there anything that I am not expecting that needs repair before winter? And I realize you're talking about your house, but you didn't actually say that. And so, that could be anything, man. The world needs repair before winter. I don't know there's much we can do about that right now, but it's true. All right. Within your sphere of influence, is there anything that you're not expecting that's going to need repair? If anything, it's going to be about communication within relationships. The home, as I can see it, I'm not too worried about. I think we're good. Okay, Horse Fan Dunn, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member and thanks for being at the class this morning. Smile Soul 20, good to see you and thank you for being a member. I just applied for a job that I've had in limbo for months. Is there hope? Oh, heck yeah, there's hope. Yes. There is absolutely hope. 100%. There's hope. Yolanda, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. And thanks for being at class this morning. Missy Lowe, haven't seen you in a million years. So nice to see you. Am I going to get any relief soon from what I'm feeling and going through right now? Well, first of all, I am really super sad and sorry to hear that you are going through something bad. I'm so sorry. Let's take a look and see. Will there be relief soon? I think so. And I feel like the problem and the solution are both multifactorial. There are a number of things creating what you're feeling, and the solution will come from a number of sources. What can you do? I think you have to be really clear and careful about communication. And you have to really pick and choose your battles. And you have to be really, really good at self-care. Those are some of the things I think you can do right now. Hey, Peggy Lou Levens, nice to see you. Thanks for being here and thanks for being a member. Okay, Laura T, thanks for the compliment on my hair. Appreciate that. When can I expect a serious love interest? And again, that's from Laura T. Let's see what we got. A serious love interest for Laura T. When can we expect it? What can we know? And the thing is, it needs to be a serious love and interest that has the same goals and desires for a relationship that you do and who is honest and trustworthy. And my concern is you've had serious interests in the past where those things have not been the case. And we can't be having any of that. So let's be clear first about what we want and what we don't want. Now, in terms of what you want, when can you expect that? I could see a couple of things trickling in. Cuffing season is starting before we know it, right? October is really the beginning of cuffing season. And by the time we're mid-November, we're in like we're getting ready either for the turkey dump or the cuff, right? We know that. And so I think in this lead up to cuffing season, you are going to find 3 or 4 people who are interesting or interested, and you're going to have to weed through them. One of them may actually be a legitimate choice, but would that person turn into a serious love interest? Maybe. So the answer is maybe even within the next 3 or 4 months, like in time for cuffing season. But you're going to have to choose well, because I think there's going to be a few potentials, few candidates. All right. And do you need to do anything to generate those candidates? Be open-minded, be friendly, recognize your own attractiveness, and be willing to talk to people. Hey, Karen Winkle, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member, and thanks for being at class this morning. Oh, Robin Renee, thank you. We like you, my mans. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really, really appreciate that. That's grand. So generous. Thank you very much. Okay. Horace Van Dunn, thanks again for being a member here. Anything specific about Spirit trying to contact me? I cannot identify one I actually knew from family. It was small and not especially creative or spiritual. So, the question I really hear you asking, is, should I communicate with my family and spirit? How can I communicate with my family and spirit? Is it possible to communicate with my family and spirit? And literally, when I say family and spirit, I mean people that you've been related to that you knew in life. And when we look at those people, honestly, I feel like there are a couple, most specifically like parents, who would like to communicate with you to let you know they understand now what they did not understand then. It feels like you were raised in a fairly limited environment that was hard on you. And they did not realize what they were doing and that it was hard on you. And it feels like they want to let you know that they get it now. So there is that. In terms of communication from ancestors, family members that you didn't know, but that know you and are with you, you have a wealth of ancestors, but a lot of what guides you is not your ancestors, it's land ancestors. Ancestors from the land you've been drawn to and live on. That is your strongest spiritual connection in terms of communication. And in terms of what those of the land want you to know, they want you to know they are supporting you. They're supporting you in your endeavors. Now, what can you do to better communicate with all of the above? Believe, relax, breathe, and listen, and you will find that it's there. But recognize when we're talking about family members, how they are now in spirit is not how they were in life. Because they needed to grow, because they needed to change, and that indeed is what has happened. Okay. Claire C., an old lover visited me from the other side in my dreams. What does he want me to know? He wants you to know that he's sending love. Whatever did or did not happen between the two of you, he is with you, and he is with you in a loving and supportive way, and specifically wants to support your creativity, your travels, and your health and well-being. So that's kind of cool. Virginia, Jenny, so nice to see you. And thank you so much for being in our class, our very first hybrid class. I hope you enjoyed it. We sure enjoyed having you there. How will we do doing the hurricane? So I have to tell you, as a person from Connecticut who now lives in Florida, the fact that there seems to be a hurricane heading, not for me, for once, But for my old home, Connecticut, whatever, how do I feel about that? It's a weird feeling on my part. But of course, I am concerned for the well being of all the people up north. How will you in your home in Connecticut do during this hurricane? If there's any damage at all, it's minor. Will you lose electricity? Maybe for a minute, but not for weeks or months or days. How bad is it gonna be? I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I think you're gonna be okay, at least where you are. At least where you are, I think you're gonna be fine. I mean, do all the things to prepare, but I think it's gonna be fine, Jenny. Absolutely. Okay. From shh. See, this is a name that requires a hand signal as well. Am I going to find romantic love this year? Well, the first thing you got to do is find better love for yourself. I feel like your own relationship with yourself is not where it needs to be. This year, like before the end of 2021, maybe. But when we start looking into the first, second quarter of 2022, it looks a lot more likely. So I do feel like it is coming, but again, focus on self-love first. Peggy Lou Levin, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member of this channel. I decided to fly up to New Jersey to pay my respects to my bestie bro and friend, Artie's celebration of life over Labor Day weekend. I'm so sorry for your loss. How will my trip be and what will the outcomes be? And obviously, it's a weird time to be traveling, and I understand that. In general, how will the trip be? Okay. How will it be to be at the celebration of life? This is the right thing for you to do. You're going to feel his presence. You're going to enjoy gathering with those who loved him. He is going to want it to be a party, and a party it will be, and that will feel good. Long-term outcome of this, you will probably reignite or make friends. So it's either reconnecting with old friends or making new friends, and that's going to help you in the long run. Okay. Oh, Iva, I'm so glad you enjoyed this morning's class as well. Gemini Sun, so great to see you. My stepdaughter wants to know what type of job she will have when she grows up. Well, a lot of that is about what she chooses, certainly, and she'll probably have many jobs over the course of her life. But when I look at a job that she might really enjoy, she needs a job where she gets to move around a lot. I don't want to see her get caught behind a desk. She would be a good teacher. And she would be a good architect. That's not behind a desk. That's behind a drafts table, I suppose. Or someone like good at building or decorative, architectural antiques, something having to do with restorative architecture, things of that nature. I don't even know how you're going to explain that to her. But I think she would be good at something having to do with making beautiful buildings or making buildings beautiful or teaching. How about that? Oh, thank you so much for your kind words, Claire C. Love it. Thank you so much for being a member here and for being at class this morning. I'm glad you liked it. What is the most important thing for me to keep in mind regarding change? That it can be positive even though it's stressful. That it can bring you to a good place. That you naturally resist it. We all do, but I think you do even more than most. But that it could bring you to someplace positive and could help you. Oh, Jackie Masters, thanks for the love for the class. Yolanda, thanks for being a member here. What is the significance of this week and weekend? And I know that it has some special meaning to you. And so I think you're asking me for sort of spiritual insight on all of that. And the answer is, baby, it is all about you. It is all about you, whatever got you on this path. You are moving forward, and you are moving forward in a really great direction where you're going to be helping others and helping yourself. And whatever got you there doesn't matter. It's what you do with it and how you go forward. That's the significance. Oh, Jenny, thanks for being here. Thanks so much for being a member. Glad you liked the class. Okay, Allie Mammon, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Thanks for being here. I changed my perspective on everything in life. Can you please tell me how it is now affecting my body's health? What a great question. I think it is certainly helping your body to heal and be well, just as it is helping your mind and spirit to heal and be well. This was really, really good growth, and the effects are going to be far-reaching in many ways. Okay, Ivan Morris, thanks for being a member here. How best can I support my colleagues during this time? By recognizing it as a freaking hard time where you work, by trying to be in your integrity and supporting them and being in their integrity, but giving them some slack when they are tired and stressed, and by trying to innovate systems that make things easier. Chris, well, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. And thanks for being in class this morning. Dr. Gaudette makes house calls. I do. I absolutely do. Yes. Yes, indeed. And, you know, it's so funny. We're in pandemic 2.0, right? Like during the worst of the pandemic before, I wasn't seeing anybody. Now the pandemic is technically actually worse. But I'm still seeing people because I feel like I now have some measure of protection that I did not have before. So yes, at least for the foreseeable future, I am making house calls. Hey, Martha Vank, nice to see you. What's the best way to prepare myself for cleaning out my house and garage that I'm putting on the market? Dumpster is arriving next week. Eek. Okay, so this is hard. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, this is a challenge on so many levels. There is layer after layer after layer of significance and meaning here. I could do a whole reading on this bad boy, but let me try to lay it out for you succinctly. Allow yourself to reminisce, but do not allow yourself to get stuck in regret, anger, or hurt. Allow yourself to save mementos. Allow yourself to sell things of value that you do not want. And every time you throw something in that dumpster, be like, I'm free, free at last, and celebrate the energy of that. I am making way for better things in my life. Okay? So turn it into a spiritual ritual as you do it. Is that helpful? Okay. Karen Winkle, thank you for being here. Thanks for being at class this morning. Thanks for being a member. I'm growing weary of the parade of health issues. Yeah, I hear you. Is there a deeper message lesson that I'm not understanding that might help me leave this parade? Okay. You are worthy of healing. You are worthy of being well. Sometimes as we get older, there are just health issues that happen, and we can't overly spiritualize it. We have to sometimes just get through it the best way possible. But we also don't want to think that this is the way it's going to be. So take care of it. Don't give it too much weight. This is not going to be like the ongoing way it is forever. Be grateful for what is and recognize your worth and your value. Those are the important things. And we all wish you well. Jenny, thanks for being a member here. I'm trying to put myself first when things affect my health and family. Any advice on how I can be effective? Putting yourself first. Speak your truth from your heart and don't back down and don't feel guilty and don't let others manipulate you and recognize when others are manipulating you and recognize that this is a change. And so when we talk about change, other people are going to resist that change. You cannot. It is the right thing to do. And what you're really doing is helping you help them. So no guilt. Baby cakes. We have a strong, First of all, thanks for being here. We have a storm surge warning for Connecticut tomorrow and Monday. Will my surgery go as planned on Monday and have a good outcome? I'm so sorry you have to have surgery. Let's see. Will it go as planned? There may be a delay. It could go either way. When the surgery happens, one way or the other, how will the outcome be? Excellent. You may find the recovery a little more difficult than you had thought, but it will be fine. And, oh my goodness, Giggle Glimmer, thank you so much for the very generous super chat. I didn't acknowledge it as soon as it came in, and I'm sorry. I got lost in my readings and just went for it. That happens sometimes. I apologize, but you get double applause and some celebration, because I really appreciate you and I appreciate your kind and extremely generous donation. Thank you so much. What's the tea with my Aries love interest? He's been acting conflicted. So when we look at this person, Giggle Glimmer, when we look at this person has a huge amount of anxiety and is lazy when it comes to relationships. I think this person fears commitment. This person does care about you, but I think you can be a little insecure. And so I'm going to be really honest here, and I wonder if this is a good match, because this is someone who's afraid of relationships, and you're someone who can feel very insecure in relationships, and you need to feel sure of the person you're with. So right away, I feel like this is a challenging match. When we look at how this person, like we've been talking about, how this person feels about relationship, when we look at how this person feels about you, this person really likes you. That's the thing. Thinks you're smart, thinks you're decent, finds you attractive, really, really cares about you. And I would go as far as to say, is this person feels like he's a better man when he's with you and really wants all the benefits of that. And so never doubt how much this person does care about you and enjoys you and sees your goodness. Really worships the ground you walk on in a lot of ways, but is terrified of relationship, whether it's with you or someone else. So what do you do with that? How do you handle that? What you should do with that, it's got to be like, like when you tame a wild animal, you don't make any sudden moves. First of all, you have to quell your own insecurity. Second, you have to enjoy the relationship and lock down on your tendency to want to ask a lot of questions and get a lot of commitment, because this person fears commitment. So again, you have to go against your nature here, and we'll see where it goes. I mean, where do I think this relationship is going? It's unclear. There's definitely a connection between the two of you. But honestly, I'd like to see this person get some therapy. I'd like to see us all get some therapy who couldn't use therapy. But I think this person needs therapy to get over the commitment phobia. That's part of the issue. And look to this person's mother to get some sense into who this person is and what's going on there. Let me know if that all made sense. And again, thank you so much for your kind contribution. Okay, new member Jackie Masters. What do I need to know about my new beginning? That it will start off slow and be frustrating, and you'll have some things you'll have to learn, but you're on your way, and ultimately it will be good. It'll be really good, so be patient. Hey, Hey, Trish, so nice to see you. Not sure if I should stay at my present company or go elsewhere. I think it's time to look elsewhere. I mean, obviously, don't leave until you have something better, but I think it's time to look. Okay. Oh, I misunderstood your question, Yolanda. You were wondering if anything good, if anything good was going to happen this weekend. I mean, good is what you make it, right? You can make good things happen this weekend, but I don't think it's so much about what you're waiting for, it's what you choose. Okay, let's see. And thank you all so much for the great feedback. Okay, Celeste Taylor, so nice to see you. Can you tell me if I should retire from my hospital job? I hate it and feel done, but financially it makes sense to stay there for 5 more years. The thought of it makes me want to scream, though. That's a hard one. Financially, it does make sense to stay. And I feel like there may be a way that you could stay with the employer, but change the job in such a way to make it better. So I would say option 3, which you didn't mention, would be a way of keeping the job, but doing something to make the job better. All right. And a super chat just came in. Thank you so much from Zaneb. Does Yusman plan on reconciling with me? I think that is possible, yes. I think that is a possibility, and thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Jean Mnuchin, should I try to present at the Women in Mass conference or take it as a participant? You know, I know that there are particular concerns that you have regarding COVID, but nonetheless, I think you should try to present. If you can, you should. All right. All right. So from my perspective, I have answered every question. If I have accidentally missed you, I am so sorry. Again, a shout out to our members and a special shout out to our super chatters. Zaneb, Giggle Glimmer, Robin Renee, Iva Morris, Claire C., Laura T., and new member Jackie G. So I tend to only do one question per person, but Zaneb has given another super chat with another question. So hey, I'm going for it. Thank you for your generosity. Will I get into law school in January? I think very likely yes, and it's a good thing. It's a very good thing. It's the right thing to do. All right, if I accidentally missed your question, please reiterate. This is last call for readings, y'all. I want you to remember to go to my website, christianagodet.com or tarotbychristiana.com. Both takes you to the same place. There you can sign up for my newsletter. You can make an appointment for a reading by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom, or here in the Palm City office. You can find my contact information to reach out to arrange a house call or arrange to see me when I'm in the Tampa Bay area. Remember, too, StarCon is coming, and as of now, we are planning StarCon to be a hybrid presentation in person in Palm Beach Gardens and online on Accelerants. Do which makes sense to you, for you, but tickets are available now. Go to StarCon, STAARCON.com to get your tickets. Okay. Do I have openings this weekend? Yes, I do tomorrow. Not today, but tomorrow. Just reach out. La Morena, how do I deal with my toxic perfectionism to allow myself to express myself artistically freely? Or how to deal with bad dreams? Meaning seems basic, though. Got it. So, or to just be confident around people to express myself freely in general. Well, I think the problem is you've had this weird double whammy. Your double whammy has been, on one hand, you are that anxious person that overthinks and all of that anyway. And I think you haven't always had support for who you are. And those two things have combined to make it hard for you to just let it rip and be who you are. How do you get through that and get over it? Really, girl, you just got to do it. Really, you just got to, it's that thing about the pain of not blooming being worse than the risk of blooming, the fear of never blooming being risk than the fear of blooming. That's really all it is for you. And that's what you got to do. That's the whole thing. All right, friends, last call for readings, y'all. Any other questions? I want to thank you all so much for being here. And if you have not subscribed, please do. Remember, we have a meetup coming up on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Would love to see you there. And I am available for readings, so please do reach out. Thank you all so much for being here. If you would like to schedule a reading, you can do it on my website, or you can simply give me a call or a text, 561-655-1160. I'll say it again, 561-655-1160. I'll be back Monday with your 3-card weekly reading. Thank you all so much. Giggle Glimmer, did that make sense? I tried to really break that on down for you. I hope that made sense for you. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here. I'll look forward to seeing you soon.